What a lot of people don't know is 1893 to 1993, all culture, language, food, songs, medicine, and dance was actually banned in the Hawaiian Islands by the US government. There's a whole story to this island, and that is why the native people is leery when outsiders come, because with so much history of outsiders. But through my years, my job is I work with outsiders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So throughout the years, I've learned that there's bad outsiders and there's good outsiders.
Oh yeah, it's
There's
everywhere.
people who want to come and actually help the community and learn and be a part of it. And then you get people who just looking for make something from the community. And that's where we at on this island right now is there's so much good and bad that has been done to the native people that the native people don't know who for trust or who to
just
go to. The more you come, the more you involve yourself with the community, the more people are going to open up to you. It takes some time. But for you guys first time, people are going to be leery. But if you guys really love this, going like this, love this island like we do, and you guys like, just basically going to take time. But once you get to know the people, and the people, once they open up their doors, you guys will see a different Hawaii that nobody else ever gets to
Not
see.
like it on any other.
Aloha, my name is Greg Solatorio. I'm from the island of Molokai. I'm a cultural practitioner, a hunting guide. I basically grew up on the east side of the island of Molokai. If you guys are wondering where the island of Molokai is located, it's located smack dab in the center of the Hawaiian Islands. We're known to be the most Hawaiian island here in the Hawaiian chain. Very small island, very outdoorsy, no conveniences, no traffic lights, a lot of nature. And here on the island of Molokai, we're trying to save our environment and do a lot of conservation work in saving our history, plants, animals, and everything else that we got here on the island. My family has been there for many generations. I am a native Hawaiian hunting guide here on the island, so I'm spending a lot of time here in the bushes on the island. We see a lot of the changes in the environment that goes on, the effect that a lot of these non-native animals or these invasive species do to our islands. So what we're trying to do is bring back balance to our home by doing conservation work. A lot of these animals here on the island do a lot of overgrazing, like our axis there, which was introduced to King Kamehameha V. If I'm not mistaken, it was about in 1867 or 1868, I believe, when the axis there were first introduced here to the islands. 8 axes there with King Kamehameha V, and from there they just grew into thousands of deer here on the island. And with all of these thousands of deer here on the island, like I said, it's just eating out our environment, yeah? And with this erosion, it runs off into our oceans. And here in the Hawaiian Islands, our ecosystem is so delicate, our native ecosystem, that everything that happens on the top affects the bottom, and everything that happens on the bottom here on our islands affects the top. So it's very, very important in the work that we do in trying to save the resources, the native plants, and not just that, the people and the lifestyle here on top of the island. The island of Molokai, we're one of the only other places in the world besides Australia with a fringe or barrier reef. I believe our reef goes 27 miles along our east to south shore here on the Hawaiian Islands, here on the island of Molokai, I should say, and actually goes out for about 3 miles here. So with all of this settlement and erosion that comes down, it doesn't just ruin our historical sites and our land, it actually covers up our reefs and messes with our aquaculture and our native fishing system. We depend a lot on the ocean. Here on the island of Molokai, we have a lot of ancient fish ponds that we are restoring and trying to bring back to use. And with a lot of this mud and settlement that flows into these areas, it makes it harder for us to do aquaculture and raising fish. A lot of the settlement prevents the seaweed from growing. A lot of the smaller creatures and mussels that actually live in the sand now has no place to live because it's all covered up with mud. So it has a major effect, not just on our historical sites and our native plants, but also a major effect here in our ocean.
All right, time to cover some ground, boys.
is what we call strawberry guava, or vaivi in the islands. Yeah, it's a guava family, introduced here to the Hawaiian Islands. High in vitamin C, good antioxidants. So these, we pick them right off the tree like this. So sweet.
Very nice. Probably look off this edge to the right right here.
Yeah. Buck, guy. Top of the hill. Right in between the two big boulders. Straight up to the top.
How far?
.462. Should be a chip shot, guy.
Shoot, right now.
Squeeze. Down. Buck
Got it.
down, man.
We got it.
Buck down.
That was a good spot.
So basically,
I've been looking this whole time. I never saw
so
it.
basically, we just came around the corner, and I looked down and I spotted this buck coming over the hill. There's a group of those coming over. Nice buck coming over the hill. We got him on him. We ranged it out at 462. So it's a beautiful shot, stretching it out at 462. He did an awesome job. One shot hit him very good. He dropped, he rolled, and
It's probably a little steeper than I thought, the way he's sliding down.
yeah,
but
but you shot yourself a
first one ever.
Welcome to the islands.
Awesome, man. Thank you, sir. Man, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. At this point, we're just working these ridges, not seeing much. I'm not so sure we're not passing some deer at this point, because I stood up here. I looked, I didn't see a deer. Deer standing in the wide open. Locals, they got the eye for them. Glad we're hunting with good folks and exceptional hunters, because I mean, the amount of deer that these guys have killed and kill every year for their families is unbelievable. We're gonna add this one to the list.
Yeah, no, for real, totally. So basically that was on the whole half of the deer. Yeah. Yeah. How do to do the right management? How do we talk to the people that live in those areas, that see these things all the time? Like Nathan, he work up here at the ranch. He's here every day, so he sees what is happening on top of this ranch and the erosion, the corrosion. Me, I stay in Halava Valley. I see what is happening. The other guys, they stay Kanakakai Town, Kavela. They see all the erosion. Now, if we can all come together with the people in these areas and share the right type of information and come up with some type of plan on how we can support each other, but yet still protect our areas by working on our areas, but yet supporting the next guy in their area and helping them in their area too. Because my area going to affect your area. Your area going to affect my area.
Yes.
Yep. What you do on the top going to affect the bottom. What you do on, like I said earlier,
Right.
like I was talking about our native fish. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got to go to the ocean for the baby, but the baby got to swim upstream for growth. So now what happens on the top affects the bottom, and what happens on the bottom going to affect what happened on the top.
Ready to work.
Who's gonna bring them out whole? But they're like, how are we gonna carry this thing back? I was like, I don't know, guys.
I ain't no chance I'm carrying that thing out of there.
Was he down in a hole?
Oh, so good.
Deer chili, venison, coconut curry, kimchi, hot dogs, rice. All action.
All that. Yes, sir.
Grinds.
My name is Dave Ainoa. I wasn't born in Molokai, but raised in Molokai. going to be 68 years old. My mom is pure Hawaiian. She was raised in Molokai. And we lived in the Kamalo area until we got homestead. So I was raised on Hawaiian homes. But most of our life, we was hunting goat. In the old days, you know, you had all your big entities. You had the ranch on Pohoku, you had the ranch on Molokai Ranch, and they ran water. So the deer was where the water was. And you had your two big pineapple fields in between, and they kind of kept the deer out of there. So all the deer hung out where there was water troughs. You know, I mean, that's, you know, they're not dumb. That's where they're hanging out. And so we hunted goat mostly. If you knew somebody that had property, then you could get a pass to go hunting. So majority of the boys used to just jump the fence and go, you know. And my dad frowned on that, so I couldn't do it. So we pretty much hunted goat. And back then you had a lottery system in the state that the state used to run, and you had two areas. One was a ranch, which was called Area 1, and you had Area 2, which was Hawaiian Homes, which is above here. Ranch was the west side. And there was a lottery, and 95% of the people that got drawn was not from Molokai. It was all from Oahu, because you're just the numbers, you know. And so by the time, you know, the deer's not dumb. You know, if you got 5 weekends or 6 weekends, by the time the 6th weekend came, the deer is no longer in the area. You know what I mean? They're moving on to somebody's, yeah, of course. And so that's how we grew up hunting. It was allowed 1 deer a year. You have to bring it up whole. You have to take it to the weigh station and weigh it. Log it, tag it, and then 1 deer a year. So it was kind of a luxury. A year. Wow. By DLNR rules. So the brothers used to just jump the fence and just go. But because your ranches had water, that's what the deer used to do. Hawaiian Homes in between here, you know, it was so thick, so overgrown. There was deer, but you just barely seen them. And then in the 90s, there was this huge fire. And when that huge fire came, it drove deer to places they wasn't traditionally at. So they drove them over the top of the island. They went into the forest. You know, and at the same time, the ranch gave up, they sold. So now DLNR lost that lease. So all you had was Hawaiian Homes. So now you got the same amount of hunter trying to come in on a real small parcel. And none of them, no Molokai person was getting drawn. No one. So Hawaiian, you know, the local brothers, you know, the activists, and thank God for them, they said, no, this is it. This is for us, you know. So all that happened, no more DLNR running the lottery draw, the lottery hunt. The fire, which was a big thing, because once the fire was done and the rain started coming, the grass started growing. Now all the brush was gone. And the population just exploded. And with that fire, it drove deer to places that had deer, but not that kind of numbers. And, you know, so you need somebody to control these deer. You know, you need guys to come up and go hunt. You need guys to go and do things. And the hunting club was formed because the state wanted to come in with helicopters and eradicate. There was one point where the deer was going onto people's houses to give birth and die. The does were going into people's houses. And so that's where we at now. Now we got a population of deer that it takes the hunting club or takes guys like us and whoever, you know. I'm not the best hunter in the world, but what I try to do is teach these guys how to use the meat. You know, make jerky, curry stew, chili. You know, grind up, make chopstick, beef tomato, beef broccoli, whatever. Use your deer meat and make it taste delicious. You know? And so I think I did. I think I kind of taught a lot of people that. 20 years ago I was the only one making jerky. And now everybody makes jerky. And that's a good thing.
This would be the perfect place to take it real easy.
Bunch of deer on that ridge over there. They're right on the top.
There's a few deer up there. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, you gotta watch. It's all around us. It's like it just be all around us right here, right now.
Oh yeah.
Those deer are almost by the hill from us.
Yes. I mean, should we just bomb up or what? I don't know what to do.
The rock face. The trees in the couch.
Oh, I see him. There we go.
Hit, melted it down.
Smoked her.
Beautiful shot, buddy. Beautiful shot.
Done.
Yeah, buddy. Down, lying down, belly up.
Yeah.
Big white belly.
It's a fat one too, man. It's a nice fat one.
When it's brown, it goes down.
No, these guns, they shoot good, man.
I'm really impressed with what you guys got, man.
That was Jared that just shot. And that was a hit. So that's
Sounds like we got
two
another
down.
one down.
Okay, let's go handle this one. I guess we'll get it.
My nephew came back with a 6.5. That's a big one.
Stoned her.
It's a fine piece of meat.
Yeah.
Good job, man.
Love it. Nice work.
Good job, boys.
We bumped them in the dark. They went and they just sat in a little valley. Popped over the hill, there they were. They climbed right up, sat there at 400 yards, gave us plenty of time to get laid down, get comfortable. One shot, knocked her down, got over there, boned the meat out, got her back. Just perfect, the way it's supposed to go. So now we have meat, one less deer on the mountain, and go find another one. Yeah, it was pretty entertaining to watch. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, put him on a big freaking rack.
Broken side, that's a unique shape to him.
I think the first axis I shot here on Molokai it looked exactly like that. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
No, and then the buck came, blasted him.
Yeah.
And then
The one right in which
They're on the fence line. I'm probably 600 yards above you, there was a buck like that. Ryan's on. Up there.
From the bottom, bro, almost halfway to the top. All white.
Oh, you see
Read
the
it.
proteins.
All white. Holy shit. I wanted for sure, but it was still another 300 yards to the white buoy.
I guess I want to enjoy that. Moana, what you do? Yeah. No. She's all Catahoula.
All Catahoula, no more
Yeah. Smaller islands. Plenty, that's why in Alaska. Yeah. And they swim?
They swing.
Oh, caribou swim miles.
So we would be fishing.
When they get put in the corner, they come in full force. I get twin grandsons. They almost do.
Aloha, my name is Ke'anu Huihui Kapuni. I'm born and raised in Uwalapue, Kahana Nui, Manawai Nui. This is, actually I was born in town because that's where the hospital is, but raised here from day one. I started hunting here in about 1992. 12 years old, I shot my first deer in these valleys, surrounded by old Hawaiian foundations of hales, of houses. Taught my sons how to hunt in here. The significance of this place, it's Uwalapue, which is Sweet Potato Hill. So back in the early days, all of this, there wasn't any invasives like lantana, kiave, haulekoa. It was basically all sweet potato. Not too much deer back in those days. And in those days too, not too many hunters. I think the Paniolos, the cowboys came, the Portuguese Paniolos came and introduced the gun to the Hawaiians, and that's when they started hunting. So when I was a kid growing up, not too many hunters, was mainly fishermen. And my family is fishermen, not so much hunting. And so my uncle had a carbine that we used to come up here and shoot a bunch of stuff. We used to shoot in the ocean at targets. Shot my first deer with that carbine, and I was hooked ever since. I still fish, I still farm. My family is a bunch of farmers. The Kapunis was farmers as well as fishermen. When we were kids, we would swim to the reef, and my great-grandfather had a fishing ko'a, which he found on Pakui. I think that ko'a is in the Bishop Museum on Oahu. They actually found the ko'a and took it to Bishop Museum as an artifact. But he would pray to this pohaku, this stone, and it would bring fish in. He named this reef Huaka. Huaka Reef fed my family for generations. You had to ask permission to fish, or else you wouldn't catch anything. But when we were growing up, this was like an aquarium out here. I mean, you didn't have to go far to fill up your tea, which we used to sew the fish on the tea when we hunt out here. Now, different story. I mean, not just the change in climate, the change in weather, warmer waters, a lot of erosion that is kind of threatening our reef system and the ecosystem on the reef. There's been a big difference. I mean, we used to get kupe'e. We used to hunt crab, and now they're no longer. We don't see alamihi crab. Ala eke is super, like, you can't even find crab nowadays. And it's because of the erosion covering our shorelines. For me, it's a privilege to be able to hunt this wild animal and this game, to add the protein to our ecosystem is an important protein for us. And I feel like it's a privilege. It's a privilege for us to be able to harvest this animal. I think we're a small enough community, a small enough island that we could actually be an example to the rest of the world in how to manage the deer population that was a gift to us. It's not you just go blow, cut heads off and leave bodies that could feed kupuna that cannot go hunt because they're older. We should be giving meat to these kupuna. We should be, you know, taking care of the people that cannot hunt.
This trip is definitely different than some of the other trips that we make. This trip really is about ingraining ourselves in the local culture and seeing how this all works. You know, spending time with the locals, doing the local things, and just learning. There is so much history to the Hawaiian people and each one of these islands individually that, I mean, you could spend months over here just learning that. You don't even have to go hunting. You know, the hunting thing for us is just a bonus on this trip because we get to take some axis deer meat home, and it's some of the best venison on the planet. So it's, you know, this really is a learning trip versus a hunting trip. You know, it's most of these people hunt to some extent, but it's all subsistence hunting. You know, that's what they're feeding themselves with. If you're eating meat, it's probably axis deer over here, unless you're at one of the few restaurants on the island. But it's just interesting to learn about all the different things. We've ate different fruits off the vine or off the plant as we're hiking. You know, the mangoes dropping everywhere around us. Just pick one up and eat it. It's really been a cool learning experience to see what this island provides and how the Hawaiian and the Molokai people operate over here.